Ra explains that both Venus and Mars had evolved intelligent life much earlier than Earth. Ra is actually a social memory complex of the entire planetary system of Venus from a few billion years ago. Ra explains that their planet was very harmonious and evolved through the densities much faster than Mars or Earth did, because our particular Logos experimented with a new wrinkle on Earth and Mars, which Ra calls the grasping thumb. Ra explains that the beings on Mars, just like Earth, evolved the opposable thumb, which caused them to become fascinated with creating hand tools as they evolved, and eventually this led to the creation of weapons. This is exactly what we've seen in human evolution on Earth. The invention of handheld weapons was never conceived on Venus because they had no opposable thumb, so their evolution into the green ray density of love was much quicker and more harmonious without so much war and conflict. Interestingly enough, this lines up perfectly with the archetypes from our astrological system. Astrology says that Venus expresses beauty and harmony and is ruled by the goddess of love from Greek mythology, while Mars expresses will and determination and is ruled by the god of war. So the sub-Logos literally didn't know what would happen until it tried the experiment out and saw the results. This information is now known by all other Logos in the universe, which isn't to say that it had not been tried before, but that perhaps it had not been tried in the way that our particular Logos did. Ra also states that because each sub-Logos or star creates its own system of archetypes, that every single star you can see has its own unique astrological system of archetypes that are different from ours. So in essence, if we could travel to Alpha Centauri and somehow study their astrological system, we would not find the same archetypes we know of in our system, such as Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and so forth. What we would find is an entirely different configuration of planetary archetypes. In one passage, Ra says that there are archetypal systems in the universe that would baffle the mind and confound the intellect. One more interesting fact is that Ra states that just as each universe eventually coalesces and collapses in on itself, creating a new Big Bang in a brand new universe, so also does each star or sub-Logos. Ra explains that physical gravity is the manifestation of a type of spiritual or metaphysical gravity, which is to say that the denser the vibratory pattern is, the greater the spiritual gravity, and vice versa. So once a star system has completed its progression through the densities, the light seeking and finding its final source, then coalesces and absorbs all the light into itself as it returns to the source. What remains is what appears in third density as a black hole. Ra says that black holes are the result of that star or sub-Logos having succeeded in uniting with the Creator and thus ending its physical manifestation.